last night from, the cyclone and landslides and all of that. But that's not very strange to us. We have seen this. I think in 2010, I think that's the first time we recorded the first Bududa landslides. You guys remember that? That was very disastrous, actually. I think a year after that, I remember going to 2013, going to Kasese, River Namwamba. You guys remember that? The first time River Namwamba broke its banks. Interestingly, it was very spectacular. I moved there after, I went there after, one thing that my introduction didn't capture is that I'm a journalist. I moved there after the river had, settled, gone back to its course, and it was beautiful. I didn't understand that, so my fixer takes me to the place where the river had broken its banks, and there's so many rocks from the mountain that had come down. For me, I thought it was really beautiful, so I was, just seeing how beautiful it was, and then I heard the stories that came after that, and it was very disastrous. A lot of people lost their lives. But guess what? The same thing is, so it kind of happens on a loop, and the same thing has happened this week again. We've had, at least they said 2 people are feared dead, but this week, the same week, we've had River Namamba break its banks again, and parts of Kasese municipality are, struggling with floods. I don't know if you've read that. It's sad that we actually have to record these patterns. I remember in 2000, during the peak of the lockdown, 2020, maybe 1 or something, and I remember this because I did this story. River Nile broke its banks. Now, that's very interesting because that story was not really covered a lot. River Nile broke its banks, and to this date, there's ruins to that. There's restaurants, there's gardens, there's farms that have never recovered to this date, today. So you have businesses that were shut down because of River Nile breaking its banks. The River State, I was speaking to a friend from Sudan, I think last week. River State, Sudan has a state. I really can't get my head around them, but they have a place called River State. It did break its banks still, and people were trying hard to make sure the water does not go into their homes. It's very sad when you see those videos. I've not been to Sudan, but my friend was reporting there, and it's very, very sad. Now, beyond, because we love the rain. It's funny because we actually do love the rain, but now when the rain comes, you have to deal with its very, harsh, results that come because of the rain. Now, funny thing is that if the rain doesn't come, the other thing that climate change has brought us is the sun in its harshest form. This year we've had, right now I think they're having a heat wave in the United States, but I want to talk about Africa. This year alone we've had one of the worst heat waves to come to Africa. I don't know if you remember March, this very year in March. I don't know how you guys survived here, but it was South Sudan still had the worst heat wave. They actually had to close schools. They had to shut schools down for about 2 weeks or something. It went to about 45 degrees, maybe even higher, but averagely 45 degrees.